we've had a lot of hard times, a lot of good times, but we've made a nice postseason run to get down here.
How about the postseason run? Talk about the games in which you were in making the run down to East Peoria.
Yeah, pretty typical Marengo softball. Play good defense, have good pitching, and get some timely hits. We played some very good teams after the regional. One being with Beau Spencer, our conference rival, and Sterling, and the other night Grays Lake North. So there's 3 tough games to get through.
Familiar names on this year's roster once again from last year's trip. Take us through your lineup and talk about your Indians this year.
Yeah, we have 7 returning starters from last year's team. And there's been other players that have stepped up. We're led in the circle by Lindsay Melson, and backed up with her with Bethany Hart. Those are our 2 pitchers. And the other girls didn't really contribute. Kind of exactly what Coach Wolfmuth said. We have a complete team. One game, one girl steps up. Next game, someone else does. So it's been nice to have a true team concept.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend. That's Dwain Nance from Marengo.
Thanks, Coach.
From Providence Catholic, Jay Biesterfeld joins us. First trip for the Celtics to make it downstate. What's the feelings on this team in making this trip and attaining that top trophy this weekend?
Well, we're excited to be here. We talk about the goals at the beginning of the season, and winning a state championship has been the goal of the program since we started there. And we've been fortunate enough this year to find ourselves down at the state finals, and we're hoping we can play 2 more solid games and come away with the title.
It was quite an exciting game against Geneseo in the Super Sectionals. Take us through that game and coming up with a win over the Maple Leafs.
Well, we knew they had a solid offensive team. We were prepared for the fact that we probably have to score 3 runs to win the game. And the kids really stepped up. I think we only had 2 hits through 5 innings. And yet every inning they came in, they just knew that, hey, this is going to be our inning. And they really stayed positive about it. And we managed to score 2 runs in the 6th to tie it, 1 into extra innings, and got two more runs to take a 2-run lead. We actually made an error in the bottom of the 8th to keep the game alive, but we settled right down and got the next batter and ended the game. So we were able to keep our composure and get ourselves the victory.
What's been one of the biggest strengths on this team to make this run down to East Peoria?
I'd have to say our senior leadership and just our leadership in general has been phenomenal on this squad. And it takes a lot to be able to. We have 9 underclassmen on a roster of 16, and to be able to win these games in the postseason, close games where one pitch could make the difference. For them to be able to put all of that out of their minds and make plays and come up with big hits just says a lot about their character and their desire to compete. So it's just been a lot of fun, and I have to give them a lot of the credit for keeping the team together and staying positive with this young group of kids. And it's just been, it's been a lot of fun so far, and we're hoping to have 2 more good games.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. That's Coach Jay Biesterfeld of Providence Catholic. And from Mattoon is Coach Nikki Trower. Talk about this Mattoon team that comes down to East Peoria and what makes up this group that comes to the state finals.
We are a pretty experienced team. We're a junior-heavy team. Most of my infield's been together now since they were freshmen. Just a really fun group to be around, a very competitive group.
It was a high-scoring super sectional game, a 9-8 win. Take us through that matchup that got the team here.
It was a good win for us. It was a come-from-behind-twice win, so it really just shows our kids' will and want to be here. We started out down in the first 4-0, and we were able to answer right back with 4 runs. And then we took the lead a couple of innings later, making it 6-4. and then they were able to rally again. So it was kind of a back and forth, but when it came down to the 7th and we were down to our last out, and one of our freshmen stepped up and got the game winner for us. So we're pretty solid 1 through 9 there.
And with that lineup, noted 7 girls hitting over 400 on the season. Talk about that hard-hitting lineup at Mattoon.
You know, we focus a lot on hitting, and they come to do the work every day. They put in the time and effort. So.
And throughout the season, talk about the schedule, some of the competition that you saw this year.
You know, our schedule is, we kind of bounce around as far as competition goes. Our conference is very weak on one end and very strong on one end, and our girls are just really able to adjust between the competition and not play down to anyone's level, but we're also able to answer to the very competitive teams. So it's been a challenge this year.
And what's been the biggest strength on this year's squad to make the run to the state finals?
I think it's kind of our cohesiveness as a team, and you know, their will. You know, they never give up. We've been in those situations where we've been down, like in the super sectional, and just always ready to come back, and they never really give in.
Well, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. From Mattoon, that's Nikki Trower. From Glenbard South, Julie Fonda joins us, another return trip for your team. Talk about this year's group and what makes this group special on this run to East Peoria.
I think I'm going to sound like a broken record here. We had a lot of experience. I returned 9 that were down with me last year. I had 7 seniors. And, you know, their mindset is definitely to get after it this weekend. We've got the experience of being here before, so it's not new, and they're pretty confident, so it's fun to watch.
Who's on this year's lineup? Take us through some of your team that comes down to East Side.
Well, my 2 seniors that have been on the team since freshman was Danielle Chakowski and Brianna Meese. They've been down here, this is their 3rd trip. Then from there, got Olivia Ramirez, who is also a senior, 3rd baseman. You know, Lisa Bartha plays shortstop for me, senior. Hannah Davies, my center fielder, she's been down since her 2nd time, I believe. So it kind of lose track over time of who's been where over the years, but they're just a really cohesive group. They've been playing together for a very long time. I've got a group that's been together since 10 and under ball, and they know each other very well. They're comfortable around each other, and that makes for a really fun season.
This year's schedule, the competition that you faced, talk about the year's schedule and how things went through the regular season.
We had 1 week of the year where we deemed it hell week, but it was definitely a tough week. We played both Downers North and Downers South. We were supposed to play Marengo, but that got moved. Trinity, and there were just a number of ranked teams that week that was one after another, and we went undefeated that week. So that was kind of the week where we just kind of looked at each other like, wow, we're real. And they just, they play the game, whatever's in front of them, they get after it, and they're not scared. They're not scared of anybody. So it's fun to watch them come together and play in that type of competition. We play a lot of 4A schools, so you look at our schedule, it's mostly 4A schools. That's where we're located, so it's easy for me to schedule, and it gets us ready. So it's nice.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this weekend. From Glenbard South, that's Coach Julie Fonda.